Well, as promised, I actually watched the animations I said I would on BYU, and that's Brigham Young. Of course, I knew it was Brigham Young, but I didn't know that Brigham Young actually did animation. So I don't get easily impressed by different things, but Dream Maker was really quite good. I'm not going to tell you what that one was about, but it was probably the shortest one I watched, but it was very whimsical and just beautiful. All the rendering was really gorgeous, and even though there was no speaking in that one, it told a story all of its own and proved that you don't really need speech to convey something. And then the second one, Taijitsu, it was another story. There was narration at the beginning, but it was one of the longer ones, and I actually really enjoyed that one. It was very calming. That one was really Occidental in its theme, and I'm not going to give too much else away other than that. That was kind of a hint at what that story was about. Then there was Ram's Horn, which was more of comedic, and that one is actually a play on words. It's really cleverly done, but I have to say, out of all of them that I watched, and I only watched 4. So the last one I watched was called Grendel. And if you know anything about Beowulf, then you know who Grendel is. So knowing that, I didn't really expect that to be the story at all. But I mean, there was a little element of that, I thought, within the story, but I never thought that the characters were going to look that adorable. Honestly, it took me off guard, and that one had me just rolling and just wheezing in laughter, and that's actually hard for me to do when I'm watching a cartoon of any kind. So that one achieved its goal, and whoever did the animation for that, I give them an award. So because that one was probably the cutest thing I've ever seen. And plus it had a good message. It seems like all of them have really good messages in them and teach a moral or have some kind of value. Oh, excuse me, attached to them. But what else do I have to say? I just recently realized that Holly Hobby is a TV show on BYU. So I grew up with Holly Hobby. I know who she is. I'm wondering what their take on her character would be. And I'm not sure who she, I should say to whom she belongs, to be honest. Let me do a quick search here. To whom does Holly Hobby belong? Because I do not know. Okay. Douglas Hobby. All right, let's see what more it says about Mr. Denise Holly Alexis. Okay, Holly Hobby, born Denise Holly Alexis, is an American writer, watercolorist, and illustrator, because I had the original watercolor that I see right next to Douglas, the name Douglas Hobby. It is also the name of a fictional character that she created. Valinskas is from Connecticut. She married Douglas Hobby in 1964. She resides in Conway, Massachusetts. Let's see this article from Wikipedia. Wikipedia may not always be correct. Right. Hobby is the author of the popular Toot and Puddle characters from children's books, and the character bearing her name. Oh, here we go. Origin. Now we're getting into the meat of the coconut. In the late 1960s, at the encouragement of her brother-in-law, Holly sold distinctive artwork of a cat-loving, rag-dress-wearing little girl in a giant bonnet to American Greetings in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, well, that makes sense. The artwork, based on Hobby's own children, with rustic New England style of a bygone era, became popular, and her original nameless character, identified earlier as the Blue Girl, became known as Holly Hobby. As a contract artist, Hobby worked with humorous planning department of American Greetings and the director Rex Connors, who was responsible for launching the Blue Girl as the most identifiable of all Hobby characters. Doll and other product licensing. Also working in humorous painting at the time, 1973 through 74, was Bob Childers, a veteran humorous concept artist and designer. Childers insisted that there should be a doll of the character. Well, that's merchandising for you. Since no one seemed to listen, Childers went home and, on his own time, hand-stitched the first prototype and presented it to Connors, who took the cloth doll to Tom Wilson. Creative Vice President American Greetings approached Knickerbocker Toy Company concerning the Holly Hobby license. In 1974, Knickerbocker Toys licensed the Holly Hobby creator for a line of rag dolls launched in 75. These were a popular toy for young American girls for several years. Additional products were licensed and produced, including fabrics, furniture, ceramics, games, and stationery. I remember the stationery. Holly Hobby products, well, I also had a painting with Holly Hobby on it. Holly Hobby products were later marketed by American Greetings in association with Carlton Cards. In 1976, Coleco produced a toy oven similar to Kenner's Easy Bake and called it the Holly Hobby Oven. Oh, very interesting. It was shaped like an old-fashioned wood-powered cook stove, used an incandescent bulb for heat, and came packaged with mixes that could be bought separately. In 1980, Holly was featured on The Adventures of Holly Hobby by Richard Dubelman. In his book, Holly Hobby is a ghost who lives in a painting from 1803. She comes out of the painting to help a descendant, Liz Dutton, to find her missing father, an archaeologist who vanished in Guatemala. I've never seen that. And there are updated versions. Okay, more. Holly Hobby and Friends, Nickelodeon's Nick Jr. and Noggin. They released on DVD. Okay, direct-to-DVD. Concurrently, Mattel has released a Holly Hobby doll line, which includes Holly and Carrie. The dolls feature all new face sculpts, new body, and flat feet. There's also smaller Holly, Amy, and Carrie figures. Each of these figures includes a companion animal. Holly has a Cocker Spaniel named Doodles, Amy a pig named Cheddar, and Carrie a cat named Bonnet. Several doll outfits were available, and each outfit could be customized. Porcelain dolls were available, made by the Ashton Drake Company. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, let's see. Television shows. I'm going to see if they have anything reference to BYU, and they do not have anything reference to BYU, which is very interesting. Oh, well. It does talk about the Toot and Puddle series, which I know about. But that's really interesting. So that's what that's 5 seasons, so that's a lot. But I'm really getting back into Holly Hobby because that was my childhood, so I thought I would do more Holly Hobby, but that's about all I got to say. So until next time, live on, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.